Hello everybody and welcome again to our next day on our Meander Through March Madness. I'm Laura Serrant and I'm an inclusive practice specialist and a leadership development coach. And I'm sharing with you through March my thoughts, my feelings, my musings and meanderings of my mind after 40 years of working. And for those of you who are keeping track with us, we've reached the 27th of March. And today we reach the letter U. We're using the alphabet as a way to frame some of our discussions and our thoughts through this month. We're almost at the end of March, which started like a lion and which we are endeavouring to keep our forcefulness, our lioness-like qualities to help us through. Perhaps calming a little, but not becoming a lamb to the slaughter. The letter U stands for unique. Now, unique is a really interesting word because when I ask people what makes them unique, they sometimes find it really hard to say or hard to answer. But actually, fundamentally, each of us as human beings is absolutely unique. We're not one in a million. We're actually 1 in 7.88 billion. That we are the only ones just like ourselves in the world. Now, some of you might think, well, what about identical twins? But even identical twins are not exactly the same. They have different fingerprints, and some identical twins even have a different DNA sequence. So you see, even someone who might look just like you is not exactly like you. What makes us unique is more than just our physical sense. Our individuality comes from our personality, the distinctiveness or the difference in the way we've been brought up socially, our emotional reactions, our values, our beliefs. And all these things mean that even if we are in the same family, in the same school year, or as I've said, from the same womb at the same time, mean that we are different in the way we live our lives, the way we make sense of the world, and the way we act and react to what happens to us. As Jung says, I am not just what happened to me. I am a combination of all those things, and I'm a combination of what I've learned or failed to learn as I move through life. Sometimes when we think about the word unique, it's about what is unique about our actions. And uniqueness in that sense is not just about being one of a kind, but it can be seen as departing from what is ordinary, doing something different, unusual, or unexpected. And sometimes when we do that, we can sometimes feel the pressure of being different, the pressure of standing out and not wanting to seem so different from everyone else. Small children don't worry about difference, but very soon as we grow as human beings, we start to look around and notice what everybody else is doing. Children start to mimic, and actually, by the time we reach adolescence, often adolescents only want to blend in. They want to dress, sound, look, and even sometimes have the same thoughts as their friends. There is a comfort in being part of the crowd. And sometimes if you don't feel like you fit as part of the crowd, it can seem like a burden. But what sets us apart isn't really a burden. It's actually what makes us great. Our power lies in our difference, because as different as we are, we have the opportunity and the option to push society, to bring different ideas, to actually challenge ourselves and other people to actually see things differently, which always means there is hope and opportunity of change. As leaders, if we revel in our difference, it means that we also are more likely to see and value the difference in other people. The burden of being different, the burden of standing out, The burden of not wanting to show your own uniqueness can sometimes lead us to playing tame, as we discussed yesterday. In our difference lies our power and our opportunity to make a marvellous contribution. The inventors, the scientists, the critical thinkers, the artists, all use the power of their uniqueness to bring forward fabulous contributions to society in every realm and every sphere. By recognising difference and valuing uniqueness in ourselves and others, we open up so many challenges and so many chances of actually achieving greatness. If we don't value our own uniqueness, other people won't value it either. And if we don't set our own boundaries and set our own distinct way of being and actually work to be truly ourselves, other people will overlay their definition and their interpretation of us into our own world. As Oscar Wilde says, be yourself. Everybody else is taken. The uniqueness and the strength of each of us as individuals combines to form the strength of us as a family, as a community, and as a society. In the world of the lion and the lioness, each golden animal is uniquely formed, but each of them recognizes the strength of the pride together. Uniqueness, departing from what is ordinary, usual, or expected. That is the gift we have for the world. You are one in 7.8 billion. What chance have you got, and why would you try to blend? I'll see you tomorrow.